Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Two Friendly Talks. That's what I'm going to call it for now, until I decide to call it something else.
I'm going to call it Gary.
All right. Once again, Two Friendly Talks, and here we are. We're going to begin talking.
Okay, but last time it was Two Friendly Talks, but this time it's actually kind of like World Champion Talks.
That's true. Wow, it might actually. One might say it goes beyond
as far, yeah,
our world.
We'll get to that. We'll get to. I mean, you saw the title, but we're gonna ease into it.
Yeah, of course. Actually, this whole what we're gonna discuss is our weekend, our whole weekend.
But we can't start talking until we mention our glorious sponsor, Beverly Tires. We're gonna have a link down in the description if you want to check them out. You'll get 25% off your next set of radial tires. All right, Jory. So let's get started with this.
Right. So this weekend we actually started our morning on Saturday quite early compared to what I'm used to.
Think a second, guys at home. What time do you get up on Saturday? Not us.
This is the stupid. Yeah. Saturday is my day. Saturday is like most adults is one of my days off. So
yeah.
So I usually sleep in. But this Saturday we got up at around 8 a.m.
Yeah. We were both aiming for 8. My alarm, I guess I turned it off my sleep. I woke up, 8:23. Who's counting?
All these wage slaves are going to get mad at us because we don't wake up early.
Hey, y'all are back. Y'all chase the bag. We just chase a good time.
I work afternoons, so I don't have to go to work till 3 usually. Yeah. So I'm not used to waking up that early.
So we're in mid-Michigan.
Yeah, if that wasn't obvious.
You probably picked up that we're from Michigan from all our stuff. But this past weekend we had a friend of ours who recently got a house. It's more like my friend / my sister's friend, but
I've never met them before this weekend. I was a total outsider to this,
and we were both like quite the outsiders, all things considered, but more so Jory. But so they live all the way in, I mean, it's not docking, it's a huge city, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, yep.
Yeah. So while we were there, Jory mentioned beforehand, we should go to. Where do you want to go?
We went to Dave & Buster's. It was a suggestion from one of my coworkers actually, because Grand Rapids has a Dave & Buster's.
There's 3 in the state.
Right. so we went
YOLO.
to that one, and that was my first time actually doing something in Dave & Buster's. I've walked through one when I was in Florida once, but Brody says he's actually been in one.
I literally couldn't tell you anything I did. There's a couple pictures on record of me when I was like 14, and we went to Dave & Buster's. But besides that, and knowing that it's like an arcade where it's an adult arcade and such, this was practically my first experience, like, honestly.
It was I will actually say, for the amount of money I spent and the amount of stuff I got to do.
How much money did you spend, by the way?
I think it was just shy of it was like 75 maybe. It was an estimate. I think for that much I got to play for like,
we were there for probably about
constantly
almost 3 hours.
Yeah,
we got there right when it opened.
3 hours, and there was like one break we took to get food, but I played and did not ever have to worry about my points.
Yeah,
unlike someone.
Yeah. So we started off. We started off just pretty casually. We were just scoping stuff out. I think the first thing we did was axe throwing, I think.
Yeah, we did axe throwing, and we both got top scores.
It was kind of fake axe throwing.
It was fun, though.
We don't have a ton of pictures throughout the day, but maybe we'll throw a couple of. Yeah. We have a few.
Look, here's a picture of us standing in front of my number 1 score.
And you can hardly see it.
You can barely see it. Yeah. But my name's Boyload. It's right there. See, I'll try to zoom in and circle it if I can.
Hey, look at that. You can see his name. And who's that under there?
It's me. And also my friend Brody.
Okay.
We both got top scores. I got the.
And it was so funny because both you and I were like kind of sucking ass right at the beginning, but then I hit the button and I was just like flicking them like none other.
Yeah. I got the top score on the classic mode, which is just aim for the bullseye.
And I got the pro mode.
And you got pro, which is
aiming for
a specific spot.
Yeah, a specific part of like the target.
That's not the only machine I got the high score on, though. I think I had 2 others.
Yeah, K-pop Dance Revolution.
Oh my god, no!
Which you absolutely
sucked. Okay, so I'm pretty generally all right at rhythm-based games. But
you literally started on a hard mode, so
yeah. Well, either way, because I thought based on what I saw from you do, I was like, I can handle this,
dude.
It was hard because this K-pop version, instead of doing
it's not even Dance Dance Revolution. I don't remember the name of it,
right.
But it's a dancing rhythm game. It's the same thing, but
yeah,
it's just K-pop.
Instead of the cardinal directions for the arrows, where you have to step forward, backward, left, right, you have to do diagonals, and that really threw me off.
Yeah, I totally see that, but also, like, again, you started on hard, so you got dropped into it.
It didn't look that hard, though.
I started on normal, and I got an A rating, and then the next song, I was like, you know what, I'll go hard, and I did, and I got an F. I don't know if it's the kind of dance game where you can, like, or it'll stop you if you're doing bad enough. I don't think so, unless I was just barely skating by. I don't know, but I ended up playing 2 full dances on one payment. Got an A, got an F. Jory just was in and out
good.
with a sweet little
I
F.
didn't do very well. But I did do very well.
There's footage of me dancing. Put in a clip here.
I don't know how often they update these scores or what the scores are like, but the Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games one I got, they said I got a world record on the swimming one, which I highly doubt, but at the same time, that one was hooked up to world scores,
Is
they
it
claimed.
truly world scores?
That's
though?
what it said, because I also had local scores on there.
Because
the local high score was on that machine alone.
I was gonna say,
which was of course mine as well. But
I was gonna say, since it's an Olympic themed game, which we'll talk
That's
more
what I
about
was
the Olympics
thinking.
later, I thought they would just be hyping it up like, "Oh, you got the world record," as in you
right?
got the local.
No, but I got it said I had a world record.
They might
in the
refresh
swimming.
them every week or so.
I wonder because
know.
I got too many high scores in those
That would be
machines.
insane if you happen to just get like the score.
It wasn't even the best I could have done.
Right.
I did have admittedly a flawless swim for the swim was like 3 things. You had the time buttons, you had to jump, and then you had to mash buttons.
Yeah, you stand on the little
I had
pressure
flawless
pad.
everything except for my jump off the wall. Everything else was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So I can understand that maybe I did the best it could be possible, but I don't know. I did get the top score on that machine locally though, for sure. I was up 4 seconds ahead of them.
Yeah.
And then the other one I got a record on was the Piano Keys game, which every time I find that game in an arcade, I go get the high score.
Yeah, like we did we with our friend Carson one time.
I actually got the high score twice because I couldn't beat my score.
Yeah.
I just tied it, so it says 87 and 87 keys on both.
Speaking of hitting things on rhythm, I was over playing this one game. This might just end, man. We'll get to the main topic soon, but this is we just got so much to vent about because it was a fun experience. But I was over playing this one game where you just have to tap this button and you have to drop. There's 50 balls and you have to drop them into these little spinning holes, and you have to time it out. That gives you like 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds to drop like 50 of them, and the more you get, the better. Whatever. So I was doing that. Jory walks over as I'm doing it. He's like, "Hey, how many points you get?" I'm like, "I think I got like 50, or I got 80 that time." He's like, "All right, well, I got 1,000 on this machine over here." I'm like, "What?" And those points, that's the stuff that you can buy like souvenirs with. And when I first got there, I'm like, "Yo, there's a Sonic the Hedgehog stuffed animal. I'm gonna get one before I go."
It was 1,300 points. Right?
1,300 points. So optimistically, there was one Knuckles left over. Like, I'd like to get both of them by the time we leave.
I could have gotten the Knuckles for you. I didn't.
Yeah,
know that.
no, it's fine. But I go over to the machine that he was playing. It's a Kung Fu Panda machine. It looked like a drum kit on the left and the right side, like split in half. All you got to do is punch the pads whenever the items come on screen. So like, if you got to hit you got to hit this little thing over here. You hit like the top left one. You got to hit this thing over the middle of the right on the screen. You hit the middle right pad.
Right. I'll see if I could find a picture of it online. We didn't take any, but I'm sure it's
you can.
somewhere, right? So here it is.
See, it looks pretty self-explanatory, right? Except the fact that Jory, like at the end of it, there's a thing called like a Shofu Showdown or Shifu Showdown or whatever it's called.
Which is where you gotta grab the little dumplings.
33 dumplings in 20 seconds.
Right.
I know that number by heart because Jory just played it one time, did it. You get 1,000 points if you do that. I found the hard way that if you do everything and you're just shy of getting that, you only get like 50-something points. I played that game. I literally couldn't tell you how many times. Probably like probably 20 times actually. And mind you, I'm wasting money on going to that machine. Sitting here, this is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This is 2 days after we were there. I literally have skinned and bloodied knuckles from just punching those paddles. And Jory, he tried to play the machine one time, and I was like, no. And I had to finish. And then I ran out of tokens.
I will say, I got really lucky the first time we found out. Because like every time I tried it twice after that, and both times I tried it after that, it was just impossible. Anyway, yeah, so I got 1,000 points easily, and then I had another 800 and I never got to use the rest of my points because we ran out of time.
Well, we got our cards. We will return.
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
keep you updated.
Absolutely. Like I said, highly recommend Dave & Buster's if you haven't been. If you have the opportunity.
If you're in a bigger city, man, you probably have
It was a good arcade for us, and you know the food was great, the service was great. I had an alcoholic beverage that was great.
I had Chipotle style style sauce or whatever, and these tenders. That was amazing.
Right, but you know the reason.
Shout out to Ian.
Sure,
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, the Grand Rapids one.
Don't repeat that.
We already see what they're gonna be able to put it together. I'm sure. He did a terrific job.
We didn't tell you how his name is spelled.
Right, he did a terrific job. We're not saying anything bad about him.
Also, shout out to the cute girl who liked our hats.
Oh yeah, she was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna give her my number, but I didn't see her.
We wore these dumb little propeller hats.
Which, Jory, why did we wear those hats?
I was just gonna say why we had to leave early before we could use.
Yeah, we left. We got there at open, and we had to leave just around 2:00.
Because we've already mentioned we got invited to a party, actually, a housewarming party.
Little shindig.
Yeah, and they called it the Beer Olympics, right?
2021.
2021. So we were supposed to represent a country, was the idea.
Yes.
And so we saw the list of the people that already claimed countries before us.
There was like Scotland, Jamaica, the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Right, but then there was this one
that stood out
to us, and that gave us an idea. There was one that was just Vermont, and we thought that was funny.
When I saw that, I'm like, oh, so kind of anything
so
goes,
it could be anything. We could do so. Brody, we ended up going as
Mars.
We went up as Mars.
Mars.
So and we dress up as our country.
Jory, let's show them what we look like. Throw it up on screen.
So here's what we dressed up, yeah, and then here's what we were trying to look like.
But don't you think kind of our attempt is probably better than what we could have possibly
considering
done?
we found almost all of that at
Goodwill.
God.
We have so much more to talk about than I realized.
Yeah, we found almost that whole outfit at Goodwill. I think everything but the shirts.
All right, look at Jory's fit. Those pants, that skirt, that hat, that was just Goodwill.
Good point. Yeah.
My outfit.
The shoes.
Those shoes,
pants,
the skirt, and the hat. So, and I also did buy a shirt. I didn't end up using that shirt because we found matching shirts.
You still have that then, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably return it to them.
That's funny.
Not return it, just give it back. Whatever. It's like $3, $4. But so we got all that out. We got like our entire outfits in total for both of us, probably under
14 for me.
14 for you.
Your shoes added 5, I think.
Maybe,
it was $9.
No, mine were like $9, and my mask was a little more expensive. So I probably got mine for a little more than $20 in total. But that's a new pair of shoes.
When we say hat, we don't mean the mask.
We mean,
we mean the little propeller hats. That was at Goodwill, both of them.
Oh my god,
which is really funny to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the shirts we just happened to find at Walmart, and we were like, "This is too perfect."
Jory's face mask is just a black hat that we cut a hole in.
Yeah.
Because we went to 5 different stores because I was determined to wear the mask.
No one sells ski
Jory
masks
didn't.
in August.
Jory, it's true. It really. Jory was like, "We don't really need the mask." I'm like, "Dude, that's gonna make the costume. I think it's an important." We did not wear it the whole time, but we just needed it for a moment.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was called the Beer Olympics. So the idea was like, we play games throughout the night and get points for our country.
Yeah.
And so one of the games was Just Dance on the Nintendo Switch, and that was our bread and butter.
So there was a few. So wait, to just scale it out. There was like 3 main events.
Yep.
That if you win, you get an X.
10
so
points.
It's 10.
10 points for the main events, and then every other one's worth 5 points.
So there's 3 times you have a chance of getting 10 points, and then between those events, so let's say there's one at 3:00, 5:00, and 7:00. You can do these other events that are around the house, such as darts, beer pong, big beer pong, horseshoes, Just Dance. Can jam,
can slam,
so there's all these different things you can do, and each one's worth a tally or 2. And stupid enough,
Just Dance was worth
2 points. And you better believe we were cleaning up.
So that was it. The first thing we did was we looked at which games would give us the most points in the quickest amount of time.
We were really trying to strategize.
Just Dance was 2 points. A song is roughly 2 to 4 minutes, and that's all you need to do.
Yeah, we could grind that.
So we could do that, but then they were like, nope, you can't play the same game over and over. You can't challenge the same people.
Yeah,
okay.
The biggest thing is you can't keep playing the same country in the same event. So like if you have a best friend on another team, you got to try splitting up, which I totally get.
Works. Honestly, it was the most balanced way they could have done this.
Yeah, but for outsiders, a little tough for us to get our foot in and try to.
We could have easily camped Just Dance and just gotten many points because not once did we lose. However, we lost a lot on the other games.
Dude, we are so Beer Olympics, right? Jory and I do not party, so like
anymore.
Like, yeah, but like, so by that, like by party, I mean like all the games you would see at like a typical like college age, like 20-somethings, like alcohol fueled party. We don't do that.
We won regular beer pong once and lost like 3 times, but like big beer pong we won I think twice and lost twice.
Well, one of the times they just like forfeited. It was just taking so long.
We were up ahead enough though to where we were gonna win. But I mean, here's the thing: we won a lot. but we lost like probably.
I think we lost maybe more.
I would say we lost more. I was gonna say we probably lost 66% of what we played.
We won all the main events. So we had 30 points off the board. So we were just between stuff. We were just grinding.
It was honestly a competition between who won all the main events. So that left us with like 2 real competitors.
Yeah, it was seriously okay. And the funniest part about the competitors is one of them is
the Wanderer.
No, the Vatican City.
Yes.
They were so good, and for some stupid reason we kept playing them in different things.
Right.
And they of course kept beating us. So I was like, Jory, we got to try splitting up and playing with people that don't have comparable points to us, so we can just grind off of them. And so we tried that and blah blah blah. But surprisingly enough, there was someone who was really good. And he was alone.
Yeah, he was just a team that would he would join other people's teams.
He was just
and somehow we just kept losing to him.
Yeah, so there's Mars participating, there's Vermont, and Alaska.
I'm not sure any of these people watch. I'm sure some of them will, but
one of the hosts they know my YouTube stuff, but they know me under Bobo Gamma, so I don't know if they ever watch.
I'm sure this video will make it to them if it's not through us.
Well, we can send. We'll send them a link.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure this
one
will go in the group chat.
I don't.
Yeah. Honestly, we might as well. It's literally about this event.
So. We'll just be careful with our words in the final edit.
Yeah, obviously we haven't named anyone yet, so
yeah,
just
a name might come up, but also we're not.
It won't be believed even if it is. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, so if you're watching this, hello, shout out to Alaska.
Glad you can make it this far. This is going to be a little. Well, we want to be short, but this is just entertaining.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone that we played against.
Alaska,
but Alaska, right now, you were probably the one that we
scared us.
We had no chance of beating you.
You really scared because we would play beer pong with someone, and then when we say beer pong, we don't mean like the typical beer pong where you drink the cups. It was just with water.
Yeah.
So it was everyone was drinking on their own time or for the main events. That was how the drinking stuff was working.
True.
Which is good for me because I don't really like drinking, so I had like 2 drinks the entire night and a Jello shot at the very end. But I don't.
Jello shot was fun.
Yeah. But so we played a game of beer pong, and they're like, "Hey, this guy, do you want to play with us?" And he's like, "I don't know, my lady friend's kind of busy over there. Do you mind if I get Alaska to join me?" And we had just played him, and he kicked our butts, and we were like, "No!"
Yeah.
And I think
we did. That was the only no one else would play with us.
We needed to play.
We had to
needed the points.
So yeah, we lost.
He kept losing.
Alaska, you beat us on everything. I think you were the only one that we didn't even have any shot at winning against. We played one against was it Vermont and darts, who upset beat us with a really good shot.
Oh my god!
But honestly, but like I said, that was close enough to where I was like, we had a shot, but Alaska, we just had no shot against you.
And luckily there was we were good. We were chumming with just about everyone by the time we left. So we started as strangers, ended as friends.
Absolutely, yeah.
But with Alaska, one of the bonding moments is that we got to play tug of war with him. So originally, Jory and I, we just tug of war against. We got paired against like. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
I'm sorry. The host, Scotland hosts this. Like, I think apparently they based the pairings of tug of war off of height.
Right.
Which they did a good job.
It made sense, but
holy crap. Look at Jory and I. Throw up another picture of us in our costumes.
Right. Yeah. There's no way.
And then we faced 2 girls that are comparable in height, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
But so not necessarily brawn.
I'm sorry, but I could just stand there and win most tug of wars.
Yeah.
That's all I got to do.
and I will say they did a really good job. I have not done tug of war in a while. I'm like,
it was harder than the second one I did. Like I said.
Not to talk down, but ladies, you kicked ass.
Yeah,
we did. But as Jory said, we had to. No mercy. We had to win. We needed the points.
We could shout them out. They're Italy. They represented Italy.
Italy.
They did a terrific job on the tug of war.
Great job, Italy.
They did a terrific job. Actually, we played you many times that night. First main event, and we don't need to go into too much detail about these, but
yeah.
First main event was obstacle course. We won obviously because I had a genius idea.
We both had strat. Well, bare bones. There was an offense. There was a runner and a defense. I was a runner, so I had to run and do the tasks. Jory had to throw water balloons at the opposite team's runner, which happened to be, and I'm shouting them out directly, my sister and her husband.
Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica. Hey, what's up, man? But they. Yeah. So
we changed the meta in that game because they were like throw water balloons at the people as everyone's initial thought. There's a part of the obstacle course where you have to balance a bunch of cups on a plate
and run across the yard.
So I just threw the water balloon right at the cups and made them stop.
Yeah,
and then gave Brody like a 10-second lead.
In the first part of the game, we were the second people to go.
Yep.
The first people to go, it was originally with these like little slingshots you put on your feet, but everyone was so bad at it. after the first round,
just
Scotland was like, all right, guys, just throw them. And I was like, are you kidding me? Why change it?
Yep.
The defense for my sister's team is her husband. And I'm like, dang it, why is it gotta be Trevor? Why has it got to be LateNightPoops? Follow him. I'll link in the description.
Oh, okay.
Why is it got to be? He's gonna be on the channel at some point. Why is he got to be the one throwing? Because he's gonna whip it, and he did give me a couple times. But right off the gate, when I had to carry the stuff across the yard, I turned my back right to him, just so he definitely couldn't get the cups. I didn't care if I got wet. But so we won that.
We both got the meta. So yeah, that was the first one. Second event, I don't even remember. It was Tippy Cup, and somehow we never played this, but we once again played against Italy. Just by
that was the first time.
That was the first time, but just by chance, and like it was crazy. I didn't know how to do it this well. I had drank my whole cup and tipped it before anyone else was done drinking theirs.
Yeah, so
and then Brody tipped his up before they.
If you haven't played it, all you got to do is drink the drink in your cup, set it on the table, so a little bit of it's hanging off the edge, and with your finger you gotta just hit the bottom of it and try to get it to land on the top.
Right. No contest win for us on that one too, and then tug of war once again.
As we said,
no contest win.
But between the time we were playing Just Dance, horseshoes and stuff, it was an event. So,
by the end, we all
so fun.
By the end, we were in the lead for a lot of the time, but then with like 10-15 minutes left to go, we realized we were
with a half hour left. And mind you, we had just played. We played a game of beer pong with the Vatican. They won. We're like, crap. All right, guys, we're gonna play Just Dance, and we're gonna kick their ass. And they didn't even want to play. Yep. And then we messed up how to play it.
We did co-op.
And then we accidentally did co-op.
So we split the points.
We split points. Then for some reason we decided we're friends, even though we shouldn't have been. And we were like, darts. Hey guys, let's go to another game, darts. And we were gonna start at 301 points and count down.
Darts is a 2-point game.
Which a 2-point game, sure.
And we were ahead 2 points, which makes this important.
And I was telling Joren, like, dude, this game of darts sucks. No offense, Scotland, but your dartboard, it does not hold the darts.
It didn't.
So already that was against us. And then also, like, it was just gonna take so long to get down. So I was like, Jory, we just gotta forfeit.
Yeah, Brody forfeit.
And I forfeited to go play Just Dance with my sister, and I was actually worried. I'm gonna be honest. I was worried about that because my sister grew up on playing Just Dance. I did as well, but like not as much as her. The only way I had an up on her is that I've played Just Dance that day a few times.
I mean,
I was in the rhythm.
When I was growing up, I did really well.
No, I did fine back in the day, but nowadays I'm more in the rhythm.
Here's a tip for Just Dancers. The only thing they read is your hand. Everyone likes to do their whole body. All you gotta do is move your hand.
Yeah, I know.
Easy score with that.
It's true.
Anyway, so yeah, we were tied up because we forfeited darts. Brody went on his own to play.
Yeah, so the points went to them when we forfeited. So it was a risk.
Tied up. They went to play giant beer pong. Brody went to play 1v1 Just Dance, and then I was free, so I went and played beer pong
with Istanbul,
with Ireland, I think. I played 1v1 beer pong with 3 cups. That was it. I lost one and then won the other, so it didn't matter if I lost because we don't lose points for losing. And Ireland was not nearly as far up on the scoreboard as we. So I got 1 point. Brody got us 1 point. They won giant beer pong though, which put them up 2 points. They hadn't won yet. We just really wanted to solidify a win because they were still playing.
Yeah.
So we just went and played horseshoes.
Oh, we kept playing horseshoes.
Playing horseshoes until we got a point.
Because we were giving the other team points because we 3 times.
What?
I think 3 times in total we played them.
Yeah, we lost all 3.
We
lost beer pong.
No,
we
not
split.
That. I mean with horseshoes.
Horseshoes we only played twice.
Just the twice.
We lost once and then we won the next.
So we were just grinding. We're like, all right, we don't care. We were facing Jamaica. And like they can have the point because they're not gonna beat us for sure. So and we had like 10 minutes left, and we look over and like technically at that point we didn't have any time left. We were going over, but since the hosts were playing
the other
with the Vatican, we were like, all right, we just got to play until they're done because they're not going to call it in the middle of their game because so we just needed it was a whole thing. So we ended up getting a point, and
they won.
before we go any further, guys, we just got to do one last shout out to Beverly Tires. Thank you again. 25% off in your next set of new radial tires. We also got there's also a special discount code in the bottom if you click the link for 10% off your next snowshoe tires.
All right, we're never doing this joke again.
All right.
Are you guys tired of that already? But we had to do it 3 times.
Are you not also getting paid to mention them on the podcast?
Anyway, so yeah, they ended up we were at a position where we needed 1 point to guarantee victory, or else we would tie or win. We didn't want to risk a tie.
Also, so we sort of had a joke point.
But we got rid of it.
But I was like, Jory, we can't rely. Jory challenged someone and technically went through all the rules and they forfeited. But technically, they didn't really play anything and they never really planned on playing it. So, but I was like, we just got to ignore that.
Yeah, I got rid of that point.
So technically, we could have won by 2 points.
Anyway, let's get to the end here already.
Okay,
Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, we were tied up because they ended up winning. That one horseshoe point we ended up getting as a safety net ended up actually winning us that whole night. Unless it was going to be a tie, and if we had to face them in one more thing, they would have won. Yeah, they would have won. So we couldn't risk that. So we
unless
just,
it was tug of war.
Tug of war, we would have won. Yeah,
they would have been. It would have been.
Yeah. I don't know how it would have. We didn't want to risk anything. If it was beer pong, lost. Anything else, we would have lost.
They know how to play everything, and also, mind you, these dudes are like 3 years older than us.
And at that point, I was super drunk as well, so I wasn't at my best.
Yeah,
I was doing all right in beer pong somehow, but
you were just letting.
I think it was just because of practice. I think we just practiced enough that night to where I got better. But yeah, so anyway, we ended up winning. So anyway, here's the picture of us with our winning trophy. It was actually very well made. I find out it's
completely homemade by the host.
Homemade by the host.
It's made by Scottish
I never said this because I didn't know, but
if you're listening, Scotland,
fantastic job.
It's wonderful.
I had no idea you guys made that by yourselves.
I might even text you guys and pass it on the message from Jory.
Right,
but
very impressive. I was very, very pleased with it. It's in our office.
We seriously, the whole time I wasn't planning on trying to win at all. But then when we got there, Jory was like, "So we're gonna win, right?" And I was like, "Oh crap! I guess I didn't really think about trying."
I wanted us to be the outsiders that came and won.
Literally, when Jory had put the idea in my head, I was like, "That's going in our office. I need that in our office."
I didn't even know there's a trophy. I just knew I wanted.
I know, and that's the thing. I knew there was a trophy, so I was like, "Yo,
it's a great trophy." Here's a picture of it on our desk. It's in our office, and it's gonna stay there for a while.
And look who it's near. Yep, look right a little up.
Little guess. So yeah, there's that. That was that night. Then we just chilled out, had a great time.
Oh yeah, we just hung around the fire a little bit, just talked. I mean, most people we're never gonna really talk to again, but we definitely made some bonds.
That was some great friends.
Yeah, we had a great time. We were just talking with people. I talked. Technically, there's a couple people I've talked to or met before, but I never really talked to, so it was cool to see them again. Other people, most people I'd never seen before.
So, yeah.
Shout out to Vermont. I introduced myself to you, and he was like, "We already met. I saw one of your improv shows." I'm like, "When and who are you?"
Right. Yeah. So I met everybody pretty much there for the first time that night, except your sister and LateNightPoops.
Way to dox my sister, bro. They don't know where she was.
Anyway, that's
LateNightPoops, yeah.
That's the Beer Olympics. It's Trivia Night. So fun fact: I have 10 of the 13 traits that they use to that they use to diagnose sociopathy.
And I have a code for 25% off a new set of radial tires
Cut it right there. I'm done.